Well, 10% women in the house said the women are too much. And when the women protest, they want to be stronger than all the strongest, the strongest to go in the house. Because tomorrow, time for decision making, if you cannot put women in the house, now the problem we're facing now, they 30,000, they represent me. They 30,000. If I put a woman, now women in the house, they won't allow it. Hello? Now women in the house, representing women in Liberia, because women are mothers. They have their children, they have their family, they care for their husband. You understand? While the men now go in the house, they go there, they take the 30,000, someone there, they go back out for the women. They go to they go pay houses. They send someone there to go abroad to go and try to sell for vacation. Someone there come to go, they try to send out the three, Canada, they go in America. But if woman was there, it won't happen. They will say all the money here, women can make good decisions. They will say that money that everyone gave us. They don't sit and smoke it with this money. In the community there, you have vulnerable women, vulnerable youth, children are tired from school, high school, college, they're not doing anything. We need to put the money together and see how we can empower the women here. Those that want to do business, those that want to do trade, we can empower them and do this thing. But it's not happening like that because the women are not many in the house. So, besides that, women have to support, we continue to support women. So, we for the Liberian People's Party, we are not here to replace the government. We just want to do a transformation, to change things. That's why we have come for us to do action, to discuss with you one-to-one. How do you look at things that are happening in the country? Are you satisfied with what's going on in the country? Are you happy? No. These prices just going up high. Personally, even the school, don't have enough public school in our country. The private schools, one of the public schools. And the government is also help the private school. At least to give them something to bring the tuition down, we help to. Because the public school in the country cannot accommodate all the citizens. You understand? They will look at the health sector. Women, even the reason that before August, September, you see people will be better. Because in the reason that women going to get Friday. What kind of good hospital will get in the Somali Drabia in the Ghana fair? What a good hospital. Where in case emergency when you offer or something, you start a common clinic. And what do you get from the common clinic? People are dying on the therapy at the clinic. Few times ago, my sister-in-law, I was regretting what I have to declare. I told me she would never go to New Jersey as the clinic. Because when she gave birth to a child that because there was no light there. She kept pouring that lantern they use. So, all those things that we should look at it. We need our health comes first. We need to take care of the health sector. We're not here for trade. Now, our own child and our children's time now. Our children's future we are looking up to. So we have to sit down and think twice. We should have a critical thinking to see who the best person to vote for. So that's why Team Conclo and in collaboration with Liberian People's Party, we have come to you people to discuss the way forward in this country. Women don't sit down, make a wise decision. Do not see because you see 5 or 7 or 10 women there, money behind the calendar, so you go there too. And do not let money carry you. You need money, we know that. Somebody can get money, can refuse it. But make your own decision. Your decision you make today, it will help you for tomorrow. The decision we make 2017. That's why we are Easter today. We are Easter today. Every year we receive $500 million as donor funds for Nigerians to help develop our country, to help reduce the poverty rates, to help empower women and men, youth. But today, there is any tangible penny where they say, oh, there's a big industrial area here that the donor funding that was brought to the country. There's why they say they build an industrial area where you can women find the sewing or the car and people here who facing wooden chairs, facing this common thing here, or got women here who implanting cassava and they producing cassava that they get machine, that they prepare machine, they facing super carrying, see on the plastic. You know, all those things will help to empower women. private school we have here. I feel so sad sometimes I'm in the car driving to far town there. You find our youth. The youth are immaturity. You see them to a municipal place, they tell money they still raw. But they still raw in the truck. The whole day, $500 like $500 US dollar money in the country now. Before $5. How do we eat? How do we drink water? You're probably responsible for that. How do we pay the way to go to work? If they really stay there, $500 like $500. It cannot help us. So we shouldn't be fool. We should have second fool is a fool. First fool is not a fool. Think class. Election is coming just around the corner. So I go tell her, I say, still mommy, I tell her 14 months to me. So already it's a it. Am I talking to somebody? Yeah. So we have to put ourselves together to make a wise decision. Now because of the poverty rate business, you see our boys there in the street, our children in the street, they become struggles. Because mother cannot take care of the son. They are not able to go to school. Nothing doing, no food in the house. You respect your man? No. You don't even listen and then say, your child you go on your own. From there you start, from on your own, our friend, go low, you just remain in the street. At the end of the day, that death. You are now must stop and gone. So, that the decision that we've been making for years back, up to present, is the same decision we are still making. Our country has to be changed. Up to now, there's no change here. Our independence can be again. What changes they make in our country? Anything new there? The same thing. In fact, it's getting worse than ever before. So that's why we have come to you people to discuss about this issue that we are facing in our country. We are suffering. We are suffering. No job. No business. Everybody's selling now. The sellers are more than the buyers. Thank you, man. And who they selling for? The money for the foreigners there. All the Austrian guys there, where we borrow, they sell it for foreigners. How much they getting from there? That's just for him to move. They will for the time, he will rush the good, get a week, he will fall again. Because we see 100 people running behind, there's one man, so everyone will run there too. But you can't understand, they are fooling because they just want to achieve their own. So they will just encourage you, say, let's go for him. He did this, he did that. But you got to make your decision. Don't listen and you make your own decision. We have come here, we are not forcing anybody here to come and vote for LPP. But we just came to explain, to share with you the ideas, to share with you the knowledge, to share with you the things that we have experienced, that we know about, that we read on the internet. Things are happening in the country. You have to be politically inclined to know what's going on in the country. As a citizen in this country, you must know what's going on in the country. You should know you should know the amount of money that comes in the country, how the comment you see it. For me, I can listen, I read it in the morning, I put it on. The last year or two, to put the radio on before I go to bed. Then besides that, when I get in the night to go use the bathroom, I'll put the radio on to be listening because somehow, sometimes security, someone is killing someone somewhere. They watch it in the night, everything, I'm well informed. Secret killing is going on too much in our country. People are dying, painful, fearful. Yeah, we become secure for ourselves. And being secure for yourself, you are not protected. How will you be secure for yourself? You even now, pastor, nobody will be able to come to your aid. So we say here, one contract, boom, all run away. How will you be secure for yourself? So we need a good dealer or put things in place. When they say this is this, when they say death penalty for killers, it must be. For people that rape, it must be. People are going free. They are going free. To tell them pay them the subfish. Tomorrow you can see them going to the subfish. Or they go out of the country. This thing must stop in our country. So in the meantime, because of the rain, I will stop this far. So if anybody has a few questions, you can ask. We are here to answer it.
When your friend told them, the one you understand, you ask questions. What you hear from you, at least, will be able to respond to you. To send our sister and our female here, a lot of people here, residents here, female for the party are here. So, whatsoever concern you have, all the good things our sister say, how can we go forward?
Ask. I don't want people to
ask us.
You can ask not for the people, but I don't know anything about them.
So ask.
The people here, you ask them. I will not be sleeping, and then somebody call me.
It's time for women voices to be here. Speak. Feel free. Do not be afraid. Talk.
Are you asking?
Are you? You want everything okay in the country?
Are you happy?
Somebody playing off that.
Because you looking at food. Somebody had my brother. Or someone on the floor that way.
Yeah. Thank you, sis, for all you said to us here right now. We say thank you. You know this thing very hearing it. Every election come here, this thing they even when I came, I tell you about school down here, the agent was acting soon. My sister called me yesterday. So I came soon, I was thinking across the girl, they say back in there. They say what happened, I expected, they say they can't come. They say even election day, I will take tablet and sleep the whole day. Because of this thing, I've been hearing them. And we see no action. And for me, I was in certain problem. I went to representative, I walked and all my feet were hurting. And I achieved nothing. The reason why I joined this group because the leader of this group, she's very strong. That's why I think they could be a house. But we can't benefit anything. We can hear all the people saying, and they think we become nothing. So, as you said, why all you spoke here today, we are asking God to better enforce what He said here. That things will work out for women because we really disappointed in election. Election can't say I even go on the land to go and vote. Yeah, so we pray that God will help, that we achieve something that tomorrow will be able to go in the sun, in the rain to vote. Yes, now they can't say something, then we see nothing behind it. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi. I don't know why our question is sleeping.
I don't know.
She said something about the money issue. Like every year, goods and more of money can come for Liberians. And I can remember a few days, weeks ago, we only the ring at town hall. They said they brought money now already. In our ring, the ring big on I mean for him to do was something wet. At the end of the day, they said that when they get the person here, so you go rich. When they sleep, by going, so they bring. Now 1 week, what you all now going to rich. Nothing. That's what they said about town hall anyway, just do this. So for those who are not there, saga. Forget about it. Like I said, I'm a filmmaker who do stories, who write against politicians. I do a story according to the masses and not the asses. Time for election, you people will come. What you do, they will do that. You need the masses. But as soon as you achieve your goal, we begin the asses. We'll get to your houses. Often they used to call. Oh, sister, I mean, you're supposed to get out. I want to meet you. But this time right now, and I want to meet you. Oh, sir, I want to meet you. Oh, I'm busy. They schedule. Like my sister was saying there. We're in problem. We are business women. We want to clean a room for bank. And they want to our throats. We couldn't sleep. They be by your sister. They will reduce the day. Nowhere for help. We went all over represent. We know say they will come to us. We went to day in our problem time. They never helped us. So as people have come, or people are coming now. That's a good thing. We want the best. For me, like I said, I decided to vote
Nobody. I sit down. Whoever I was sitting on a chair.
Oh, yeah.
To God be the glory. But again, this is my country. If I don't do the right thing, it may take against me too. Like we did it. We thought we were doing the right thing, but now we are in the wrong. So whether I voted or not, I'm in it. So we all. So as people have come, the good thing I own it. Me, I know some good thing there. I say want a good thing for us too. We also want a good thing for you. So you are welcome. You're welcome in Jesus' name. District 13. If the jail left with District 13, coordinator, and the people are in the district to go around to collect people, I would never come in everywhere. But I know sales quarter from anywhere. Going to one now. Every day she will walk to me. I just forgetting the beginning. In every Rawa Fee Highway. On her birthday, they took off from here. They carry off. We parade from here to the junction. Natana Magay. And then knock that face. I had all of them. So they say, when you call for women, women come for you. They like your kid. I'm there. They say, well, it's not anyone in choir. You call parents for whom? You not call children. I said for me. I'm not 40. I'm not registered for the district. The coordinator again in the district, I was living in New York. I sell it to us. She said, I'm coming for the dinner. I said, I dare you. Now you. My phone lost in her face. She said, I'm coming buy my phone. She sent me to Sachi. She said, oh, I went there. Sachi said, oh, and I know security said they gave her the money. I went there. I said, you know, I've been a fool. He said, it's big for you, but not big for you. They feel trying to get a call. They came in from there. They said, oh, you're poor. For the money that you're pouring for her. They rape you up. They wouldn't district like carry some food. From district 1 to district 2, about district 13. If they get vote for you, they want to get the other people for me. I say anybody can be praying for Koto. She just stressed. I say just sign a parade, man. They mean the way you fight, see me see a woman and a child. But start your journey. Continue. She said, oh, you can't go over there. And me, when I see no left, I will show you how to get it. My careful. My telephone, I say when you buy one, I will vote. One, when she buy her, I know she say Bongolo or Wetting. I need to look for it. And the young men are in the estate, the filter, the rich you are going to say, I think that's why we have to say something. I say, when I say quality, they are called, we are also going to help a friend because you are. That they buy up the cost of the one of POC, my God, you don't know. I may want to go sell a paper. They want to get a weapon. If you want to get a service, sell a drink. Now, so Ryan, it is some poor leader, some poor money leader, some poor food leader, but me, I said, she must be praying. But what of me, when you prepare good, you fast and pray good, you will get leaders. You see that Australia. For you all the way, we there for people, but you're not your. So for me, I get the agenda. I will not benefit. I will not 40. I will raise so I show the 40 card to photo. I say you see it. I think I'm going to buy a phone. I'm going to buy a phone. For that district, the coordinator for that district, not good. She wrong. That means saying they will give all the money. The new coordinator said they put them. She never on the road. She shut it all up. She put the water in the car. She brought it back. She poured food down with slave people. She put dry rest. Dry rest. There was 140 that the fish carried. And until all to all,
The old man the entire year in the community. In the people who want wrong. They 13. We vote for people that didn't do nothing here for us. Yes, I do say that. Yeah, color green. And you have the meetings. They particularly will sitting down. The poor women together. All the party, the meeting we have here. Father, I'm going to bring the money. Father, who women receive a year? No. We suffer here for nothing. Me as a salad. When anybody comes, excuse me, honorable. I know. Yeah, I hear control me. Please, don't feel bad. Why I want to find out they control me? You been in the house there? Yeah, I want to.
He's not in the house right now. He's not. You want to make him president?
We die here. Women die here. We suffer here. But the people come, they lie to us, not the win. Today. Our children then, that flourish, that the children then, all in America, they do boo there. Poor men child suffering here, the poor our children then, in the street with drugs. No, nothing comes from them. The leader there, the leader will care all, we shape all the bad name on it. But how about those that in the house? What we vote for? That not only open one. But the people that are working along with me, Bobo lawmaker, the making there with Bobo lawmaker. So all the blame go on your head. Let God give us direction. But nobody will come and we rush. In Jesus' name. Amen.
For me, I was here. I want to say something. I want to ask you whether you money or no. I don't know about this one. I was here. The staff here, I never did hear about this meeting. So the introduction you put there, I won't know. Here for somebody or here for yourself.
Oh, okay. We are from the Liberian People's Party, LPP, in collaboration with Team Conglo. Tier 1 Conglo. I think people are quite about councillor, Tier 1 Conglo, your councillor. Yes. This is the bearer of LPP. So we just came to share with you people the things that are happening in the country. Whether you are happy, whether you're satisfied with the life you live in nowadays. That's why we keep to share with you people so that things that you don't know about you, to let you know, and things that you don't have, that problem you too, problem you are faced with too, you share with us too. We sit down together, we discuss and see how best we can carry this country forward. Because why we tired with there's one thing over bring the other government, nothing can change. Every now and then the teaching things cannot be changed. So the one people have never entered the hospital, neither become a senator or senator or president or nothing. Just us. Poor men lawyer council. So that's the party executive idea. So for me, I'm the national chairman for the women wing. So for get a national chairman here, you will ask what I said. Be it to understand. Chairman, go ahead. Hello, you have been listening. I'm Cynthia Parker anyway. I would not say, I think everybody has said what of what I wanted to say. When representatives coming when they want to vote, I think they know us directly. Yeah, they know us. At this time now, I think they know us very important now. But when we put this in, they get to it. The bridge I will get on the 2 safi between Duanta and 2 safi. Lay it down there. They in the water, children coming from Onasa coming to school here. Workers coming from Onasa coming to school, going in town to work today. Let the bridge in the water there. When you get there now, it's sapping here. When they bring 4 for the 2 days, students they working from behind there. Workers they working from behind there. Everybody went to their houses. Want to enter people's houses and up. We have told them many times to place the bridge. I want number 1.
And we the women here, some of us here, we are single. Some of them here, oh, no money. Some of because of it, their children setting. We be beyond them. As soon as they clean in that place, they have the first thing, they will double it to make it 5. When you go to that gate, and you're lucky, when you enter, a 10 person go to get you, $20. What that $20 can do? The ring was in, and the benefit for us. For me, I decided, they must say, if we work for you, we go. So now we will stop up, we come by here. Without anything, they will tell me, say, next time you don't call again. I say, I'll pay. So, this come around now, you're coming. We against it, but what we want for you to do, you'll satisfy us, we will satisfy it. But if you can satisfy us, we will satisfy
The last person I saw the baby down for God at time. Another person on the floor, yeah.
I see people say, Mr. Gongolo, Ben, as Harry Boy, or Coleman lawyer. What in his district, what in your room, what in your office, you don't know about it. Okay. He did all his work, maybe within your district or within your house, but he didn't help anybody else.
Well, maybe you
So
know.
I really won't know. Because before you trust somebody, you must see the person here when you are before. You can't trust anybody. They're not talking about the control. Even your own home. If you're not able to run your own home, you can't even trust him. Your family are there. So how are we sure that there's a dinner called me? Maybe if God talk to us, because now he come and talk to us, because I'm not talking about that free of charge. If God talk to us, then we go to bed and lay down and say, yeah, maybe the 200 people told them we feed 1 or 2 cents for himself. Who has he helped within this issue? That we will take it, he will come in, maybe the way you're coming, let me say, yeah, we put him there. Then we see how he will be looking there. This time, let me tell you the truth, Papa. No monkey in job. Babu wait. No way.
My people must speak logic, okay?
Hey, oh man. And one other woman in New Tamakoli Market. I run for Unity Party as full runner. I run. I say I must wash you. I turned around representative time. I went for Mohammed. I even went back there. This address you see today, he came here. He full or he not only full up, but he also collect our money and cash money. But I went now I work on saying that one I hear who opinion he just smoking. So if the way you do it now, he go say now. We went for color green, we bought color green, we sent him there. Just common food that he won't be supposed to. If we're not talking about we the youth, because we can do our parents, we our own thing. We sit down with it. But we collect our parents. They say you're calling people. When we put people here with 6 until we run them with 7 down. You know what he did? He went for another road on the other side and brought him. Collected that thing and carried it. And gave it to his family. And they ate it. And left our people. And then you know what he looking people face and children. You all go to same in house. There while they pack the rest there, he and his daughter. But you know what I told him? Even the community channel, I told him the truth. I told him the same thing. I think I said, let me tell you, even dog can vote for you. Dog, before they rush, so stop wasting your time. So I beg you, the way you're coming. We're not telling you, I say we're giving you a good result. So when you're going, you're relaxing. If you're relaxing, if you're not relaxing, but if you bring the money, we'll collect it. Because you have been eating our money before they walk in, we can do that. Our happy. Not free. You know what I mean? But you don't move where you go right there. Supermarket, they'll tell you sometimes when gas price go on, they'll tell you, sister, someone said that free. You have been eating our money before, we're not been benefiting. So this time around the way you come, we're not giving you money. We're not even giving you a seat. Maybe today you're 60, but the next time you come, you will stand up. All of us stand up, we'll be standing up until you go. They will be people when they last. If you advance the door, you may advance the door. So you're please go and talk to Color Green and talk to the people who in your house. Let us start to make things right with this community. Let we see light within this community. Then we will be able. If not, we will not be able.
Yeah. One thing I learned is that I'm not a woman, but what I've heard, when the baby is in the stomach, when that baby gets hungry, that baby doesn't beg. When you born a baby, it wants to eat, it wants to be changed, it will cry, she will cry, he will cry until you pay attention. So advocacy starts in the womb. So all of us here, if we do not advocate for what we want, we will not get it. So whether you voted for me yesterday or you vote for me tomorrow, you have to continue to demand your rights. And that's what we have not been doing. We vote them in and think that because we voted for them, they'll look behind us. No. One thing also I experienced when I grew up, my father had 5 wives. The wife that made noise, she went on a trip and she brought the goodies home. The one that said, go, it helped me, didn't get anything. It's a symbol of life. Even in the great United States, those who that vote, you got 2 ears, too many people begging. So whoever makes the loudest noise ends up getting the result. The way we will do it is that we as a party will not allow one person to dictate to us. We have to hold the president feet to the fire. Just recently, election took place. I'm from Lufan. Our friend won, Jala. But you know why? There was a cheat. He didn't win the right way. And we stood up, we said, no, even though he's our friend, he came from our party, but they should investigate. Because wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter who wins. It doesn't matter who gets the result. Yesterday, I told the people on TV that the Unity Party, headed by Boycott, cannot accept the fruit of the crime and then punish the commissioners. It's wrong. You must be straightforward. Because if we don't do that, we drag our. Come back again to what we can do here. You should organize yourself into cooperatives if you have not done that. Ask for a big center to be built here, where you can have seamstresses, tailors, right? Put yourself together and demand it. If you don't have people to write a thing, contact us. This guy's a good writer. We can help to put a proposal together. It cannot be one person. If you go there, they'll drill you around. The scene where you put a center here to be built so that we can have activities here. You got one group selling fish here, you got one group selling cassava, you got another group selling, so that when it's you to buy it. And the people will know. But insist on that. Right now when we leave, organize it. Don't wait until 2023. Don't wait until election time. Begin to do that now. Don't wait. Another thing you can ask the government to do now, let them build a small bank besides lending loan. You know, money that water. When you leave the market, you get that money home, plenty things happen. Your people will beg for it. Somebody who got fast and or got put down on the head and gone. If you do not want to happen, if they build a small bank, where soon you leave the market, by 6 o'clock, you go put your money inside. In the morning when you come, you take a son and go do your business. That way, no thief will chase you to the house. And by that I mean also you need to separate your home money from your business money. Let's begin to do that if you're not doing that. Do that. Business money from your personal money. Because sometimes, money is fungible. It can get mixed. You don't know. Separate your market money from your food money. Separate the two. Then at least you will know whether you're making progress in your market or you're not making progress. But if you put all the money together, you're not going to know. When women force it, tell the bank, tell the government, the representative here, if you can't do it, write a proposal. Send it to sometime the governor and the bank and say, look, this is what we want to do in our community. Let's begin to put ideas together and tell the government what we want. Don't go there individually, they will not respect you. You got to go there, the same group, you got to use it. You already have the group. You already have a leader. But y'all gonna move from, just meeting to working on proposal to say, okay, the bridge should be built. Write a proposal. If they don't do it, publish it in the newspaper. When the water is flooding the area, take pictures. Take pictures of the flood and pay one journalist, let them talk about it. Now look, here the community here, and put a representative name there. If also it means going to take a picture of the representative house, take a picture. We say when you see crime, you must report it. When you guys see crime, you don't report it. That's the fault on our part too. We're too scared to talk. We're too scared. We're too scared to talk. If we don't talk, nobody will pay attention to us. My friend. No, let me tell you, if we want some of us telling us stop talking because we'll kill you. But I say, me, I'm 68 years old now, so you give me, okay, wow. But so what? Oh, my man, you need security to be guarding you, driving you around because you're chairman of the Liberian People pastor and you're criticizing the government every day. I say, yes, we criticize. 500 million come here every year. They eat the money. 500 million. It's not the money we collect. It's the money the donors give us. You remember Professor Winston Tapper said they can't audit international organization? You heard that? He was lying to you. Why did he lie? Because when the donors send the money, the government officials and the donors decide to get to eat the money. It didn't start today. Lamco, we had shares in Lamco. Government had ownership in Lamco. When they gave the dividend, they ate the money. Ellen Johnson said he would tell you, oh, she didn't see. There was corruption of vampire. But her family didn't see. There's a paper that's showing that she cashed the check written in her name, but they cashed the check, they did nothing with it. They ate the money. So, my friends, this thing here is all our hair as well as your hair. It's not only me. You want to hold my feet to the fire, I'm holding your feet to the fire to start acting, to start talking. If we all get scared, then we're going nowhere. If we say they're going to kill, we can't talk, then of course we'll do whatever they want to do. Organize yourself. Take pictures of the flood around here. Look at the lowland. Why? You got a lot of dirt around. They could at least use some to build up the place and prevent you guys from having water visiting you. I grew up in Montserrado, by the way, if you don't know. We used to be in our house, when the doodoo come in, you check your... Oh yeah! Montserrado. So anyway, I grew up there. So what you're going through, I went through it. At some point, I slept in the attic. Because my mattress was dancing in the water. So I had to go in the attic to sleep. I went through that. I saw popcorn, roasted meat, cornbread. Yes, in the streets of Monrovia. I remember one day I was walking in Washington with the popcorn in my head, looking around for the Pope fire. Bam! I dropped the thing, I ran. Then we have to force the government to begin to insist that we must eat what we grow. Go in the market. When we went to one restaurant, I saw pig feet, I saw chicken feet. I said, no, these are important things. He said, I said, I know it. When I see it, I know it. I want the feasible Zaga district. You go there, my friend, so important goods. Nobody is producing. But if we begin to insist that we should eat what we grow, Then we will start importing. I want to buy the same thing. I counted the tables. What is here that we are producing versus what we are importing? 75% of the tables had things that we are importing. Go in the street the last time, like I told you, I like finance. I walked from where CDC got an office all the way to City Hall. Why did I do that? I got nothing to do, but I want to help. I went from street to street to see what is in the store. What is in the store to sell it? So important things. But if you are selling important things, how will you create jobs? How? That's all you do. Then the Liberian people forcing us, you take money from Access Bank, you got to pay in short period with high interest. So what you do, you got to employ your children to be helping you to sell. So you go in the streets and so children selling. They can fly everywhere. How do I go to school? We have transported the economic system in Firestone to the streets of Monrovia. In Firestone, they gave 600 trees to one person to tie. If you don't know that, 600 trees. One day. But for $5. Yeah, one day. You know, yeah, one day. 600 trees. So you are forced to bring your mom, your pa, your children, your wife to help you to chop the rubber trees. So that's what the state doing in fact since 1926. Since 1926, they didn't have high school in Firestone until 2006. Me, when I started going to school to Tottenham High, 1970, you have one public high school, one in Monrovia. The other school, Riggs and Patrick, you know. Today, Riverside got one public high school, the whole county. What happened to the money? Then everybody building houses. And we say, oh, you know, God didn't want them to get rich. That's why. That's not true. You closing your eyes to the wickedness that's taking place here. We should stop that. If we want to change, the same way you put friend with us, you got to continue. When they come here, you should say the way you're saying it. I like it. Continue to say it that way, but you should go beyond saying it. You should organize yourself to move forward and say, we want something to be done here. If it means to have some demonstration, you better have it, my friend. You see the LU students? When the university was looking up there, they took pictures. Therefore, they pay attention. You got to do the same here, my friend. You got to do the same. If you both want for them to address your concern, then you need to take pictures of people who build new houses. That's one thing when we have a president is going to do. We will go around and find out who all built houses in the last 30 years that is over 300,000. We'll start from there. All right? We'll go to public works, we'll get the building permit. We'll go to land and mine, get a real estate document. We'll go to finance, we got a real estate document. Then we'll say, because people then are building things in their girlfriend's name, in their relative name. So Minister Natama might not have any house in his name, but he got in his girlfriend's name. But when we see the document, we'll say, young man, tell us how you got the money. Don't tell him you stole, but ask him how you got the money. You can use the money laundering law. You can use the drug trafficking law to say, hey, if you got money from drug trafficking, that's illegal money. From money laundering, that's illegal money. So I don't want to talk too long. Maybe you could still have some questions. For me, I'm saying we all are wrong because some of us kept quiet. You got scared not to talk. When we get scared, we go nowhere. So we're begging y'all. Y'all need to be active. Y'all need to say your truth. You need to take pictures of people who stealing. Don't only criticize because he's not your friend. Criticize whether he's your daughter, your husband, your boyfriend, or your girlfriend who is stealing. You got to talk out loud. I'm stopping here to see if you have additional questions.
Thank you.
No, he wasn't government. Oh, yeah. He wasn't government. You want to answer that? Oh, okay.
He worked in the government before. He worked at the Labor Ministry as minister before in the early government, and he worked at the Justice Ministry. He was the only minister that resigned when Ellen told ministers to go and have leave. After she called all the ministers back, she said, I'm not going to work anymore because I'm not working in this kind of corrupt system. He's a male of integrity. He has worked before. No. He has not worked in this government.
Most of the people come here for us to vote for them. At the end of the day, they will not do nothing. So many of them say that they go through a lot of experiences that they don't vote for anybody. So this time around, you people have come for us to vote for you. So what is the difference? What is the difference that you're going to make now that you want us to vote for you? Because all of them say they're going through it, they always say the same thing. So now you're coming for us now to vote for you. So what is our benefit and what would be the change for us to vote for you?
The change is on you. I just told you, as a child, as a lady, you have to continue to demand your rights. And you should do it collectively. Don't do it as an individual. They will not respect you. If people collectively come together and put papers out and send those letters out, publish the letters in a newspaper. If it means paying a radio talk show to go and say, you say so. Bring radio station and this guy work for TV. Call him and say, look, we want to expose the flood that is happening here. Or the bridge that was supposed to build, they didn't build it. And the representative that promised us, he's so representative that he named here. In fact, beyond that, he got a house there, he got a house there, he got a house there. They'll pay attention, trust me that. If we were to promise you and we didn't deliver, and maybe I'm here, I start building a house, having 10 girlfriends, name them! Name and shame, that's the only one who can change. Human being will always be wicked. We're not God. So we'll always do the wrong things. You have to insist for me to do the right thing. Other than that, I will continue to go. I used to tell jokes to my friend, yeah. I said, look, women, when you see your husband not coming home all the time, one day you must get brave and slap the hell out of him. Then you get brave, do that. Then next time when your friend is in the man, that one can give me here, man, let me go home. Or you be your girlfriend every day. I go home, my friend. You alive too much, the next time you're gone like this.
Chairman, the point coming on follow-up question.
I understand what you say, but you want them to become president or representative for group ourselves. Because you people are coming down.
I come in.
Yeah.
I sat and listened to your question. All of you have come.
All of them have come.
Yeah, and nobody will
It's
come.
past.
I come
That
in.
is in the past.
What makes us different from the other group? Because we believe in the rule of law. All our members that started the party that we have brought, nobody can point the finger and say, oh, this person is corrupt. Why I will tell you that the person is straight. The man talking about terror government, the member of the party who have the vision to steer the affair of this country. He has worked in a lot of areas, and he has transformed the area. One, himself as Solicitor General, what he did there, he made sure that indeed lawyers, the country attorneys that was there, some of them judiciary people that were not qualified, they were trained. And he sent professional lawyers in the various areas that have their account. You can't be carrying someone to jail or prosecuting someone, you yourself don't understand the law. So the first thing, we did confirmation in the legal aspect. Today, most of our country attorneys, hello, most of our lawyers today, country attorneys, are professional people and they are making good salary. So they are running professional judgment. And a jury, you have people high school dropout was not giving a clear information. They will not understand the law. So you provide that training in that area for them. You also have in prosecuting a former president and make sure that the rule of law is established. He also was part of those individuals that did the first draft Freedom Act. You remember Kabara Abula Act that was passed recently by George Weah? Even though he passed it, but he's still seeing journalists been beaten, killed. He did the first draft. We appreciate George Weah for passing it, but just we are the current president administration implementing it? No. So our focus is to make sure that indeed our law that we have on our book can be implemented. We also said that indeed the president will declare his asset. The president has not done that openly. Then how do you expect other people, lawmakers, to be strict? You the head, we say, okay, everybody here have common law. Before you do things or you speak, raise your hand or to be recognized. Then people start stepping at the back. We understand ourselves.
But let me just add. Look at the individuals who have been in this party before. You can use them to judge who we have or who will go forward. Where my family? He doesn't even have a house. He got PhD. He was 27 years of age when he got PhD. He did not use his officer to get rich. That the Tobanati put it, the same thing. Got PhD. He's not rich. He doesn't have a house. Why? Because he didn't want to steal. People who want to steal will not pay attention to those who are demanding. Look around. Even the tier 1 today we're talking about. He didn't steal. Ezekiel party, but didn't steal. Benedict we said. They call Mama Musa, who is to play football. He worked for us. He with us. He didn't steal. So we have people in our party who have not been involved in stealing. So that's an indication that we will not do what others did. The reason why others are not paying attention to you because they want to steal. Our people who have worked with us, who have lived with us, who have advocated for people, they not steal money. So it's an indication that they are sincere. If people are sincere, then they will do what you want. But if somebody wants to steal, then they will not listen to you. That's the point you got to look at. These people who are coming, what are their characters? Are they involved in stealing or not? If somebody is involved in stealing, then of course they're not going to pay attention to you. Is that sufficient or not?
Well, I also learned that in public course, when they are the poor people who are responsible for thief and all that, but of the money to listen to people.
Yeah, who and who is?
How y'all get ready to stop?
But that's why we are advocating. Tiawan Gonglo is one of those. Our people in LPP are one of those who are saying the War Crime Tribunal should be established here, so people who committed the crimes can be investigated. Other party leaders are not advocating for it because Benin Hero is there. He doesn't want to be investigated. Ellie is there. His old boy guy is dancing around. It's only our people in our party, whether it's Boyman family, whether it's Tipote, whether it's Tiawan Gonglo, whether it's Dr. George Gompu, they are the only people who are saying we want the tribunal to be established so people can go and answer questions why they committed the crime they committed. We are not saying just because you took a gun, no. We are saying if you deliberately hurt innocent people or kill innocent people, you should speak out. If you ask for forgiveness, they'll forgive you. That's what the tribunal law is about. Go and say, like Bob Deke, you all know about Bob Deke. He confessed. He said he did all the killing, so okay. So if other people did it, then they must say so. But they should not go unpunished. Other than that, we're going to repeat the same crime. That's the reason why we say the election in Lofa was not fair. Other than that, we'll do it in 2023 when it comes. So you see, it's the kind of character we have. That's why we are sure that we'll not do what they're doing to you because those who came here want to get rich overnight. I'm telling you, people who have PhD, they steal, they get rich, they don't even have houses. Even though people make noise behind them every day. Oh, look at people there. Look at Burma family that's still living in my house. He doesn't want to steal. He didn't want to steal and he doesn't steal. Marcus Matthew died poor. Dr. Sawyer died poor. What else can we say to prove to you? What other character do you want? Yes.
And one of the most reasons is that people who are coming to be elected in our country is to make research on this. You know, now these days,
hold it.
We are always been electing people who will come with money. When people come with money, we will not investigate them. We will always elect them. This district, I remember this district represented one of the best representatives we ever hired, like people in this district. Tanapoli. Tanapoli did not have no money. Sana Police came here as representative. He performed more than all the representatives who are talking to you, all of that.
So true.
He made a lot of changes. So when we electing people, let us elect people of like minds. Let us elect you not because every student took money yesterday they come to call you out. Market with me, they gave you 10,000, they gave you 15,000, and they say, yeah, they may get money, and then they will vote them. When they give you the 10,000, they want to get millions tomorrow. That is why we need to make judgment. We need to make rational judgment. Vote for people who will make research on people who are not corrupt, people who are not stealing government money, people who are not going to organizations who are not stealing money. These are people who should make research and vote for. We should stop voting for people who will come and say because they meant for war for us yesterday, they meant protection or yesterday. Look at the people of Lima. Today, one single man is making decisions for the entire Lima country every day. Just because they may kill people in Liberia. You can't get no general reason why the people in Lima will ever vote for one man because of the man character. No general reason people will tell you. No general reason why people will tell you to vote for Edmund Slow. No general reason why people will tell you to vote for Montserrado County. They will always tell you because these people bring money to all these people, this will bring money. And make research where these people getting money from. It's our own resources, of our own money. So we are bringing one of the best candidates to you. Make a research about him. They need to still want to save down. Make research. Go and find out all the places he has worked, and then all the work he has done. Go and make research about him and know the kind of character you are talking about.
The question our sister Jeff asked here, corresponding with all the things you're saying here. She asked the question, she said, what will become of us? Our benefit? Because making research, now everybody has no book to go and do research. And see, she asked the question, what will become of this woman that says photo is putting together? Because your call us here today is not the meeting thing, but your call us here last meeting. So what will become of us? So empower the woman. And the question she asked her, but you're not answering there. Okay, different things. Politics, you're here. Yeah.
Probably. Thank you. The benefit of all of us Liberian is to have a good leader. Yeah.
For us, we are sitting here with me here.
This district, and this women. District 13. I come in, we are in this meeting here. What we will benefit if we elect a good person of Taiwan Congress president? One, we will benefit the rule of law. Because if you have a rule of law, you're fighting against corruption, you have good health care. You have free education system. We have a hospital. Hello? We have a hospital that you have access to. Our colleague just said the hospital are here at night there's no chlorine. Because the people man are corrupt. So what is we use for chlorine? They are not using it for chlorine. Someone's putting it in a packet. So when we have that system into place, you have a good health system, you have access to that health system, you have benefit for security, you won't be afraid at night that it's current reducing that you will provide CCTV. Who here can buy CCTV? Because the current budget that we have, you have 121 million who need to be managed by the executive. And what they give to the police to patrol is low. So what we need to do is to empower the police to patrol, to stop the crime rate in this district and other part of Liberia. So our benefit is not to say, oh, we're going to pass around and start dishing off care to individuals. To straighten up the system that your children will have free school, your children will have access to health system, and you will have access to electricity, not haphazard electricity. You will have access to light up development agenda. No way that can be possible is you and myself when I agree that indeed we need transformation. Remember in 1979 there was a political transformation. What we need now is the economic transformation where indeed you can be empowered to have something to do with business.
So with that business, excuse me, sir. The question she's posing us to us is not what she's asking it. She is saying, what did we bring today? Eh?
If we become
preach.
But then they want to carry it to the person that will come to vote for. You all are keeping us and you all will carry it. Two, they will be environment. What we are talking about.
I said that to you. I said, what we can do before election.
Yes.
I said, if we organize our cooperative, right? We can write proposal. We can begin to do that before election. We can write proposal. And we can help you to advertise it on TV. Before the election, we can do it. Listen now.
Keep quiet. Everybody,
We are saying to you, if we get together as cooperatives, we organize ourselves, and we say, look, we want to build a big center. We can put proposals together to demonstrate to the government that if you put a big center here and we employ people, they will be able to pay the loan back that will build a machine for the drying clothes and cleaning clothes, for laundry, mat, for selling.
let's see government that wanted for e-power, right? We're talking about Team Congolo and LPP people.
Right.
But we are not talking about individual benefit. Even though individual benefit, we will benefit. We're talking about this community, the present situation that is going on within the community. So the meeting that we are having with you, what will we benefit if we decide that we carry the Team Congolo in our yes. We're talking about because you're here today. We're talking about because you're here today. Today, why you're coming here? We're not talking about today.
No, we understand.
You understand it, right? What we will benefit if Lana Swimming Organization, like it district number 11, 12, and 13, come together and say, okay, we agree with you. We will carry Team Congolo or we'll go with LPP. What will become our benefit before you can take power? Because the people say on Christmas will be good. For the gift. So what we will see that today, when Team Congolo take over, we want to feel you. We want to see you here back.
So what we want to do?
Yes.
Women, don't sit down.
Do something.
Don't sit along with the serious men, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, feeling. Look, this person is what will we do for you people? Yes! So that you people wait along with us.
Yes. Yes. Because why you say all the things people are asleep. We voted both people in the country and it's for us. We keep buying people so you say the both people not for Trevor. Then we go for the poor major off. The city you are talking. They boy you get no correction scanner. They boy you go to school. They boy living in Papa there. They boy we understand us. We went back to you we voted them for. Stay the city. So we are trying to put the body on.
Okay, we hear all this thing.
We asking you. We're not talking about your son to school, but for our community, for our children, what will we benefit? What will be our benefit when we join behind LPP that we can show?
Okay, can I ask something?
Yeah,
That is, you are telling us, wait. You are saying what will you benefit by working along with us?
yes.
Is it possible we can sit down and list what you will benefit? Because we cannot assume what you will benefit. Can you tell us you will write something down, then we can come back and sit down and review it?
No problem.
Can we say that?
Yes.
Okay, then we can also say, for example, if we form a cooperative, this is how we'll do it.
Yes.
If we're going to advocate, this is how we'll do it.
Yes.
If we're making a proposal for a loan, this is how we'll do it.
Yes.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yes,
Then we can do that. Okay, we can do that.
you're not talking about
Hello, women. That's why I was trying
listen up.
Hello. That's what I was saying.
Thank you.
We have international community also that are responsible for women empowerment.
Yeah.
We have UN Women. We have that different kind of organization, international women organization. They can free grants for women, So she has the government with the funding officer, the funding that coming to the country, they will find out from the government to help to support them. We can make it. We get other means of putting you together to empower you. But you have to come together and form a corporation where you will register your organization. And then we can advocate for you.
That the money
We
that
got a lot
we
of international politics that can provide grants and empowerment for women. Seriously. So, excuse me, for example, you see, that's why you were saying you have to put yourself together. 1 or 3 women cannot do this. You have to get a group of women organization. 2 weeks ago, I was in Freetown. They had a program there. I went for festival. I went to the women program. They had the 10th International Women and Girls Convention. And those guys there were discussing the key for our community just like you people. They asked the girl to explain. She said internet after just how people try to advocate. They tried to advocate for empowerment in Sierra Leone. And when the NGO came, they asked them what do they want for the people to do for them. She said as a leader, she looked at not make a decision. They went and they sat on the round table with all the women here, and everybody, they start sharing ideas. Everybody bring their own ideas, or what can we do? The person said, I'm willing to support you people. What can you do? What the women say? They came to one conclusion, and they all agreed that they open a restaurant running from 6 to 6. 3-story building. In the morning breakfast, lunch, night, they just there. And they were more than 100 women that were empowered from this. They gave them 50,000. They did a proposal, they read a proposal. After they discussed, they agreed to open a restaurant. And they did a proposal and they sent it to the NGO, Mark Foundation. They got an NGO called Mark Foundation. So Mark Foundation gave them $50,000. And the women got empowered. They see women there, some of them working in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night, they change shift. And they started paying themselves. And things start getting fun. They were there, they called the women there, and they all stood up, and they were praising Mark Foundation, what they did for them. And they make a wise decision, and today, the restaurant is still there. So then, all the things you can do too. Sewing, hairdressing, different things. So just make up your mind. You people have to put yourself down. What do you think we can do? Everybody share ideas. From there, have to come to one conclusion, and then before they can come to us, we'll see what we can do.
After we ask y'all, we're waiting for y'all to ask us what y'all want us to do for y'all. Now the question we wanted, when you people did not answer, y'all started talking about this, y'all started talking about this, y'all started talking about this. We've been having series of meetings. We together, we are trying to do our business registration. We started talking to people right now, I'm on a plan, a business plan. I'm supposed to be doing a loan plan, I'm supposed to be doing. Before the 26th, I will be submitting it to somebody who want to run in district number 11. He came here, was the same question he asked her, what you think I can do for you now, before I win election or after I win election? Because we say we having a quick impact plan that we need. We having a long-term plan and we having a short-term plan. We have all of that in our catalog. We've been working on it. So, and we told him, we said for now, the urgent thing we need right now is loan because we want to empower our women. So right now, I'm on a loan plan that I'm writing that I'm supposed to submit to him before the 26th. So we were expecting y'all to ask her, what you think, what a short plan you need right now that we can do for y'all. Right now, our point desire is, I think, is the bridge because it's stopping people from coming. So we may tell you, say, oh, the bridge or vocational training area because nowadays, most people don't have the time to go to school. Reason being, our single mothers, our sisters, our children to go to hustle. There's no vocational school for in the night. Almost all the schools are in the day. When they come from the market, they get time to go to school. So we will come out here and say, if I can help us, we have a vocational school that will only run in the night. So our sister will go say, oh, they're in the night, she ought to come to school to still learn something. But you people did not ask her. We having all of that in our plan. Because not just today, you say you're coming today, and we will put ourselves together. No. We've been together, we've been having series of meetings. Today, my women are saying this is the first meeting they have ever attended, that they will not even eat food. We get food every time that we have a meeting, you can attest to it. We cook, we come and share. At the time they will sit down here, it will not be eating. They are told them, I said, this is an emergency meeting. So there will be no refreshment, no time to cook because of the time the people coming, but we're having our plans. Our plans are done. We are working with people to help us. So we only need people that will help us now to carry on their plans. Because we got the plans, but there's no money, there's no support. If we today, you can't get all money to somebody, but you get a letter to somebody who will become a sponsor also. Because the organization is not here for today or for election. No. Sooner or later, you will see our business registration paper. For her to know that we last, even after election, because it's not election organization.
So we agree with you. We didn't ask. We agree with you. We didn't ask the correct question. Now that you have informed us, can we agree that we can set a committee to meet to talk?
Yes.
Can you take care of that, sir?
Yeah, we can handle that.
Okay.
And one of the basic things that we also like to provide, if we have some legal issues, let us know. We can do that on a free basis for you.
All right, thank you.
And also, if we have some follows in doing your business registration, call us. We can also provide technical assistance for you.
No, we don't have a particular office for now. Our meetings are rotational. Because the group you see here, they are not only for district 13. Yeah, district 11, 12, and 13 for now. Like the 3 districts we are in. And not all because we have the graduation. Yeah.
Let me end.
Yeah.
And also, you talk about business plan.
Yeah. Or loan plan.
A loan plan. Show a couple of us. Then we can provide some technical assistance. We'll look at it. We can also get on that. Because the more so we'll look at the document, take as a party, and respond to it. And if you have a web section where indeed you want capacity building to understand business, I think a lot of women are involved in business. So maybe we can take one day to come and provide that skill.
Yeah.
So if you have that in your curriculum, just have us informed ahead of time.
Yeah.
We will do the lecture material, share with you. Then we'll come and provide capacity building on skill.
Yeah.
We can do that also.
Yeah.
So I'll also be part of the team too to help you and show you the way how to lobby.
Yeah, so because if you're doing business, you don't understand how to record your own books and other stuff, you will not understand to move forward. So we'll show you the business skill and also provide some legal assistance, how to, when someone do your stuff, how to go through the law. Because if you understand your right, you know how to move up in society. So we can pack up in that direction and move forward. But one thing I show you, whatever that we do, let us respect the rule of law, because we believe in the rule of law. That's the only way to transform our nation. Thank you.